everyone. Got my glasses on. Let me take those off because of the glare. Okay. I'll try this again. This video tonight, hello everyone. This video tonight is part 2 of my empties. I did part 1 of my empties on Sunday, where I talked about Bath and Body Works and some candles, soaps, and first half of my vendor wax. This video here is my second half of vendor wax that I worked through. I looked back in my old videos, and I think the last empties I did, other than a couple days ago, was in, let's see, I think I did it for November and December. So I'm working on maybe a month, a little bit more than a month of empties. So after this, I will be cleaned up and ready to go for, the next couple of weeks or so. Just depends on how much I've been warming here. So now, I have been doing a lot of warming of scoops. So I love scoops, and I have a lot of L3 scoops, and some of the other vendors that do have scoopable formulas I've tried, but I always go back to L3 scoops. So I've used quite a few, and then I have a personal challenge right now where I am trying to make a dent in my scoops, but it's hard to do because I have a lot. But I have been grabbing anything L3 for the most part that I've been wanting to warm. I'm trying to stick to scoops so I can, use them and then move them on out of here, I guess. So this video is L3. I have a little bit of iHeart wax. I have that Smell Good shop. I have some Rose Girls, and I have some little onesie twosies vendors that I don't, candles from the keeping room, all those things. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Not sure how long this video will be, but I don't have nearly as much stuff as I did in the video from Sunday. So, but looks can be deceiving, I guess. Okay, I am just gonna get these out of here and then keep on going. So happy Tuesday, everybody. It's cold here in Utah, but not as cold as some other parts of the country. I think I'm not a person that watches a lot of news, so I think I did see though that there's 43 states that's under a freeze or a extreme cold advisory. I know at my dad's house, it's going down to -8 or -10 tonight, and he's in Pennsylvania. And I do know in Yellowstone, it was in the negative. Hi, Aubrey. It was in the negative, maybe 20 or 30. Hi, Chrissy. It was in the 20 or 30s negative in Yellowstone. Yellowstone is maybe 6 or 7 hours north from us, so it's pretty cold there too. But I've got some Lavender and Speckles. I have some Smell Good shop. I have iHeart wax, L3, and so on and so forth. So, okay, here we go. All right, I'm just going to start and go from here. All right, we have L3. L3 is now owned by Janelle. Oh man, what is her last name? Unger, excuse me. Janelle Unger, and she is in Junction City, Oregon. Of course, took over the business from Jennifer Westing late last year. So this first one here was a custom of mine, and I think I even have another little container of it here, another little bag of it here that I worked my way through. If you watch me and you know me, you know that I love coffee wax, and I know I have it in here, but I love coffee scented wax and all things coffee. So I know it's in here. Where is it? This was a custom of mine that I made. I'll find it. Here it is. I'll find it. I actually called this one Your Mom's Coffee. This blend is coffee bean, sea salt caramel, pretzel, and zucchini bread. So let me tell you, this is a doggy bag of shapes that a doggy bag of shapes that I got, and now in L3 in the customs, Janelle is kind of doing the customs the same way as Jennifer did, but she isn't calling up as many people at a time. I think she's calling up maybe 5 at a time, and then if those people skip their turn, and if they skip their turn, or if a person has a really huge order, then that kind of determines how fast Janelle is calling up the list. But this one here, I got this not that long ago, and I have used this up here. So I love this scent. If you like coffee, if you like caramel, a little bit of pretzel and zucchini bread, this is one I would get time and time again. This is a fantastic scent. I love it. It throws perfectly. If you like pretzel and like I said, zucchini bread, caramel and coffee, it's perfect. And I actually did buy some extra puppy packs in this scent too. I bought 2 puppy packs, and I had this, and I've used everything. I'm out of this scent now here. So that one there. So those are done. Next, I'm gonna just grab here. If I have, should I stick to vendors? I don't know. I'm just gonna go and do whatever here. Okay, next we have Lavender and Speckles. Lavender and Speckles is owned by Beth Wilson from Rogersville, Alabama. Beth is getting ready to do her Pride and Prejudice pre-order in February sometime, the beginning of February. I think it's the 5th. I think, maybe, not sure. I have to talk to her about a couple of things. So this first one here, this was a souffle or a mini loaf. I don't remember. I think it was a mini loaf. This one here is Matt's Breakfast Blend. This is coffee snob, pie crust, fresh baked bread, and sopapilla. Sopapilla is a Mexican type of breakfast or dessert bread, I think. I think it's got cinnamon in it and stuff. This is a coffee blend. Now, let me tell you, as a coffee connoisseur, as somebody who loves to drink coffee and somebody who loves to melt coffee wax, this is a fantastic blend. I love this. I'm not sure if this is, I skipped a Lavender and Speckles January pre-order. I didn't buy anything. I didn't buy anything. I skipped it. I was being good, all those things. So when this blend comes back, I would even get this on my customs the next time I'm on the customs list, which I don't even think I'm on the list anymore, because I was caught up at the beginning of her new list. You know how she started a brand new list. Yes, I'm glad there's another coffee lover out there, Aubrey. That's fantastic. This is perfect. I love this. You really can get the sopapilla, the cinnamon, the little bit of sugar, the little bit of bread note, and the coffee. I really liked this. Matt is Beth's husband, of course, and he did a really good job with throwing this one together here. So next, I have another one from Lavender and Speckles. This is Vintage Christmas. Vintage Christmas. These are all mini loaves, and I used what I've been doing with my mini loaves is her formula is soft. Even though it's not marketed as a scoopable type of wax, it's soft enough that I just take my scoop and I scoop out of the little mini loaf, and it's fine in my warmers. It's been working for me perfectly. If you've watched my Chop and Chats, you know how soft Beth's olive oil formula is. I'm not complaining. I love it. It just can get a little bit messy, and I like to scoop it. So that's what I've been doing lately. So this one here is sweet mandarin, sage, juniper and amber, apple with warm notes of cinnamon, clove, and a hint of nutmeg. So this is Vintage Christmas. This one, of course, if you watched part 1 of my empties, I had a lot of nostalgic and a lot of homey scents going around the couple of weeks before Christmas or the week of Christmas. This one here, I wish it was a little bit stronger. I say that because a lot of these notes in here, cinnamon, clove, nutmeg, all those things, those should throw a little bit stronger to me. Maybe if I let this one cure a little bit longer, maybe that would have helped, but not sure if it's just the nature, if this is a single oil or if this is a blend. I'm not really sure. Would I buy this again? Yes, but I also would try. I mean, if you're a customer of Lavender and Speckles, Beth does not have short pre-order lists. She's got quite a menu to choose from. So I would buy this again, but I would also try something else, if that makes sense. Okay, next we have, okay, this is a vendor that has been out of business for a little while, but he has alluded to possibly coming back in 2025. This is Barrett's Wax Crafts. Now, I went downstairs in my storage area, in my overflow storage, I should say, and I got some of my Barretts because Josh went out of business because he just couldn't handle having a business, working full time, and different things in his personal life a couple of years ago, and closed down. But he has been thinking about coming back in some way, shape, or form. So when I saw that, I thought, well, you know what? I think I have a little bit more of his wax downstairs, and so I had this one here, which is Snoozy Melts. Yeah, this was from, I got this in 2022. So he's been out of business for a couple of years. That's probably why, especially if you're newer to the wax world, Aubrey. But he is known for his lavender. If you are a lavender person, his lavender is unlike any vendor out there. He uses a very particular type of lavender. You can even see the little, maybe it's hard to see on the video here, but you can see the little lavender buds down here in the video, down here in the bottom of the bag. He has a very particular type of lavender. It's fresh, it's beautiful, it's just very, very, very relaxing, very unique. And that's what Snoozy Melts is his lavender. And so I have another little pouch of the wax downstairs in my downstairs melting tote. How he sells his are, in the bakery department of some grocery stores, you have the little 2-bite, two-bite brownies, or that's the brand 2-bite. They look like that, like they're the little miniature cups that if you're making the cookies that have the Reese's miniature down in the middle, like that type of cookie situation, or cookie cupcake, it looks like that, like a little, I don't know what to actually call it, but it's Barrett's Wax Crafts. If you want to go and be added into his group, you can look around. Like I said, it's been a few years since he's been in business. So maybe this year, if he has the time to dedicate to it, he will come back. Hi, Tracy. Hope you're doing well. So Snoozy Melts. If you like lavender, do not hesitate if Josh comes back in business. Okay, next, this is Candy Cane Beach. This one here, this is my blend. When I say that, Beth had, this has been offered several times, but back in the fall, I think, or maybe the end of summer, somewhere in there, when Beth started brainstorming and getting her winter scent list together, she took requests, and this was one of mine, Candy Cane Beach. This one is Candy Cane, Boardwalk Marshmallow Clouds, and Beach Marshmallow. Beach Marshmallow, of course, is Beth's version of Beach Nights. So I really, this one is super popular. It's just enough mint. It's not overpowering. It's not toothpaste. It's not North Pole. It's not bakery. It's just a nice creamy, beautiful mint scent. And I bought a lot of this because the last time, hi Crystal, the last time I purchased from Lavender and Speckles, this was only available in either her souffles or her mini loaves. So I think I bought 4 or 5 of this blend. And I also have a big bag of the melts, of the shapes, I should say. But this, I liked it. I think it could benefit from a little bit of a longer cure time. That's just for my preference. But this is Candy Cane Beach. This is one that doesn't really even have to be a holiday or Christmas type scent because it doesn't scream holiday or Christmas or anything. And, mint is seasonless in my opinion. You can warm it in spring, summer, fall, all year round. So this is Candy Cane Beach. Next, let's see. I have iHeart Wax. iHeart Wax by Audra. She just had a pre-order, not pre-order, I'm sorry. She had her customs open last weekend, Thursday and Friday. I might have made a small order with her for that, but this was, she had a baby last year and then came back and did a smaller sized pre-order in early fall, I think. This particular blend was poured in October. So this blend is sweet and salty. And what this one is when my very first experience with iHeart Wax. And I don't talk very much about iHeart Wax on my channel. It doesn't mean that I don't enjoy it or such. I'm just slowly savoring and enjoying my wax, kind of like rainbow melts. I love it. I use it in my home. I savor it, so I don't really get through a lot of it, but I actually do have a blend here to talk about of rainbow melts that I can do next. So, sweet and salty. When I got my order from Audra, one of my very first order with her was customs. So I had no experience with how her wax performed in my home, her texture, her consistency, any of those things. But I do have some trusted friends in the wax community that love her wax, and I went for it. And I made a substantial sized order, which to any newbies out there, I do not recommend going for customs your very first go around with a vendor because you don't know how that's going to work in your home. Everybody's home is different. Our warmers are different, placements, humidity, dryness, all of those factors can contribute to the performance of your wax in your home. And so this was a blend that she made for me in my very first customs. And the notes are strawberries, pretzel, cream cheese, and graham cracker. So, this is one of the best things I've ever smelled. And it was so popular with me. And I should go back a second. I loved it so much. I complimented her so much on it that she decided to put it into her next pre-order and offer it to everybody who wanted to get it. So this one here, I actually got this scent again. I just ordered it again because I really love the balance of her buttery pretzel and her buttery smelling cheesecake and strawberry. I mean, I love strawberry and pretzel together. Doesn't have to have cheesecake or graham cracker or anything in it. It's so delicious to me. I mean, there's nothing more comforting to me than strawberry and pretzel and just yumminess. It's just speaks to me. So sweet and salty was what I named this blend. She let me name it. Hello. She let me name this blend. And yeah, it's delicious. It's fantastic. Audra's wax performs very beautifully in my home. And if you are new to her, each pre-order, she tends to offer different sizes, but when she does customs, and I'm pretty sure that she is not going to do customs anymore this year. I'm not sure exactly why, but I think I read where she's only going to do customs once this year. So if you got it, great. If you didn't, have to wait until she opens them up again. But she has about 15 different varieties of choices that you can order from her for custom. She has scoopable, she has loaves, she has chunks, there's tarts, there's donuts, there's Rice Krispie treats, there's all sorts of different molds that she has. And Audra is a super nice lady and very, very down to earth and kind person. She has a really good product and I really like it. I'm glad that iHeart Wax is in my life. So check it out. It's iHeart Wax in caps and her Facebook page if you haven't if you haven't already joined her group and you're interested. I was in there for a little while before I made an order, but I also understand those of you who are trying to be good and stay away from wax. I do understand that too. I only have one more blend here from iHeart Wax. So I might as well talk about it here. This is Smells Like Home. Now, this is a blend that Charity absolutely loves, and I got this blend because of Charity and how much she's talked about it. This is apple butter, sugar cookie royale, brown sugar, and warm cinnamon. I love apple and cinnamon together. There are some noses that it doesn't agree with, but the fact that this is cookie and brown sugar and just that warmth and comfort, it smells like home. That's a very fitting name for this blend. This was in the pre-order, same pre-order that Sweet and Salty was in. But the one thing I will say, I love the pink. I love pink. Pink's my favorite color. I've talked about that a lot if you follow my channel. This is, I really like Smells Like Home. I do. I have another bag of this because I bought 2 bags of it. Okay, next, because I promised, this is Rainbow Melts. Rainbow Melts, I think Crystal is still on here. I think her last name is pronounced Grenier, I think, but I could be wrong. Hi, Kayla. Hope you're doing well. Rainbow Melts, and oh man, is it Alabama? Alabama. She's in the South somewhere. Crystal is somewhere in the South. I'm sorry, it's escaping me. I try to remember all these things before I film, but sometimes it escapes me, so I am sorry. Oh yes, I'm having a good day today. Been busy the last couple of weeks with a lot of things pulling me in different directions, but I'm good. I'm doing better than I was, about a month ago or so, I should say. But yes, just staying warm and hoping for spring. So Kentucky, I'm sorry. I am sorry. I knew it was somewhere down there. I'm sorry. Yes, Grenier, I was right. Yay! I was right. This was a custom of mine. So Crystal opens up her customs every so often. You kind of have to be in her group and watch when she opens up a custom spot. She does that in between pouring schedules, pre-orders, or whatever she's working on at the moment. This is a blend I ordered back in August of last year. And this, I cannot say enough good about this blend. I call this one Perfection. So this was a bag of shapes. And when Crystal does her custom spots, you have to commit to 3 loaves or 3 bags of shapes. I personally like the shapes because as much as I love chopping wax, I don't always feel like chopping wax. Sometimes I just want to grab and go. And a lot of times I don't really have a ton of time during the day to be snapping pictures and making all these cute graphics and such that a lot of you guys do. And don't get me wrong, I would love to, but sometimes I just get going and I just don't take the time to make it all cute and stuff. But this blend I called Perfection. This is caramel latte, pumpkin pecan waffles, zucchini bread, and cinnamon sugar. This is one of the best, most perfectly balanced coffee and bakery scents I've had. I absolutely loved this. I lived in South Carolina when I was a kid, Kayla. I lived in Somerville, actually. My father worked in Charleston, about 45 minutes away or so from Charleston. I don't know what part of the state you're in, but we were near Charleston. I was a little kid when we lived there. I was 4, so 1988 to 93 roughly. And it snowed once when we were there. I remember going outside and I ran my hand on my dad's car. Yes, Columbia. Yes, oh, you remember that I used to live in South Carolina. That's nice. My husband is a golfer. It's amazing. It's snowing in Somerville. Oh man, my husband golfs. He's getting ready to have shoulder surgery in a few weeks, so he won't be golfing for a little while. But that's what got him into trouble in the first place. But he would love to take a trip to either Hilton Head or just South Carolina in general to hit up all the golf courses that are there. I mean, he loves North Carolina, Pinehurst Golf Club, all of those. That's a beautiful area of the country for golfers. I could live in North Carolina again. Absolutely. I could live in Kentucky. I love Kentucky, actually. When we moved here to Utah, my husband drove out first because he had to be out here first. And of course, I stayed back to have the moving truck and wrap up things and say goodbye to my whole family and all that stuff. And I drove across the country, but I drove down to one of my favorite places in the world, which is Nashville in Tennessee. And I spent 3 days in Nashville, and I drove through Kentucky and Kentucky's known for their horses. Of course, having Kentucky Derby and different things like that. A beautiful state. Kentucky, just green and luscious and beautiful. I would absolutely go back. But Marty and I would love to go back to South Carolina. I would definitely go by my old house. It's completely different than it was when I lived there a long time ago. So I'm 40 now. So we moved from there when I was almost 10. So it's been a long time. But this blend is perfection. And the next time that I do customs with Crystal, this one, I think I already told her, this one's going to be on my list because this is just absolutely fabulous. She has several other coffee blends. If you're a coffee wax person, don't hesitate to try Crystal's coffee. I have one up in my melting basket right now. I can't remember what blend it's called, but she had it in her Christmas pre-order. It's the gingerbread coffee one, and it's wonderful. I haven't warmed anything gingerbread in the last couple of weeks. I've been taking a little break from gingerbread, but I have it. I can't remember what it's called, but it's fantastic too. I have not been unhappy with any of Rainbow Melts wax. Waffle House, I think, is another one of her coffee blends that I really, 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 really love that too. So perfection. I would definitely get this again. If these are your type of notes, I mean, this is a blend. It's nothing special or hasn't been poured before by other vendors, but there's something in her caramel latte oil that I think sets it apart from just a straight coffee bean or something that can be a little bit bitter to the nose. I really am such a fan of this. So thank you for creating this and blending this the way you did, Crystal. I finished it and I'm wanting more. So thank you. Okay. Next, we have L3 again. We have Cookies Under the Tree. Oh yes, you need to try her coffee. It's great. And another one of her really good blends that is popular if you're a bakery fan, a zucchini bread fan even, is zucchini jam. Zucchini jam is her strawberry filled donuts, I believe, with zucchini bread. And that's another one that I got in customs. I loved it. I still have some. So, okay, Cookies Under the Tree. This is one of my favorite holiday blends from L3. This one is candy canes, Fraser fir, sugar cookies, and gingerbread. I have this in just about every form that I can get it in. I love scoops. Scoops, by and far, my favorite. They're easy. They don't require chopping. They throw with a punch, and they just, I can make a container last for a while. I really love this. It's balanced perfectly. A little bit of candy cane, a little bit of pine, a little bit of gingerbread, and a little bit of cookie, and it's wonderful. It throws beautifully. It's very comforting to me. This was this little bag in here, because there's a bag in a bag. This was her cloud cake, which is my least favorite shape that L3 offers. I think the bag that the little cake comes in is way too small for the piece of wax, especially after you chop it. Getting it back in there and getting it closed is a challenge. So what I did was I chopped up, I think I had 3 of these little cloud cakes. I just chopped them up and put them in this bigger poly bag, and I was able to fly right through those. Next, we have Candles from the Keeping Room. So, Candles from the Keeping Room was previously owned by Carol Wollstonecraft, and she retired a couple of years ago. But somebody bought her business and is getting ready to have an opening. I think it's called Homestead Wax Melts or Homestead something, I think. Carol has shared it a few times on her personal Facebook page as well as her Candles from the Keeping Room group page. Homestead Wax Melts, I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And the new lady's name, is it Denise? I think it's Denise. I don't hold me to that though, but she has all of Carol's molds, her oils, her recipes, and she's been working to really perfect the wax process, and she's going to be opening up. So those of you that are Candles from the Keeping Room fans, we can maybe get the stuff again. So this one here, I have a couple in here. Two in here. This first one here is homemade wildberry mousse biscuits. I love wildberry mousse. In fact, I haven't bought very much wildberry mousse blends lately, and I need to change that because I love wildberry mousse. This, I'm not exactly sure what type of deliciousness is in the biscuits blends, but any of Carol's homemade biscuits that I've had, any of those blends, there's strawberry, there's blueberry, there's zucchini bread, there's coffee, there's wildberry mousse, there's all blackberry, I think there's all sorts of different kinds. Spectacular. Do not hesitate. I have a whole entire tote of nothing but Candles from the Keeping Room, and I recently cracked into it to start using it because now, I don't know why we do that. Why do we spend the money on something and be afraid to use it because we can't get it again? I don't know why are we like that? If you can figure that out, let me know, because I'm really trying to not have the hoarding mentality. I talk all the time, life is too short, enjoy what you have, and I'm trying to take my own advice. So I loved this. And how her wax comes, as you can see, that I don't think that the new owner is going to be keeping these double bagged with the tie. I think she's going to be using the zip top polys. But there's about 6 or 7 shapes in each bag. And being that she bought Carol's molds, I don't see why that would change, unless of course she's going to offer less of ounces or more ounce or something like that. But I absolutely loved this one. I have used Candles from the Keeping Room a little bit here and there, but I just don't talk about it a lot on my channel because she was out of business. And I know that I would be benefiting the people that have it at home. Yeah, no, Scentsy isn't good at coffee. I don't do a lot of Scentsy, so I can't comment on anything Scentsy, but I have heard from friends that do Scentsy that their coffee is horrible. So I stick to my wax vendors for coffee. And if you're new to coffee and vendor wax, there's all sorts of different coffee oils. Kind of find the one that strikes your fancy. I like them all for the most part, except Coffee House is my favorite. I don't like the chocolate undertone that it can have in some blends, so I just stay away from it. But Coffee House is popular. This next one, though, I pulled this one. I pulled this one out of my Candles from the Keeping Room storage. And when you used to purchase Carol's wax, being the high demand that she had, she only limited you to 1 bag per cent per customer. So I could only get 1 bag of this. This is almond pastries. This is by and far, I love Carol's wax. I love bakery stuff. Don't get me wrong. You line all of my wax up, it could probably fill this room up. Let's hope not, but you know what I mean. I've got mostly bakery, but that's the problem I have, is I am not super picky with what I warm in my home scent-wise. I love a little bit of everything. I like patchouli and earthy things. I like grass. I like fruit. I like coffee. I like bakery. I like rose. I like soap. I like perfume. I'm not picky. I'm not picky with food either. That's why I have a tummy. So, I mean, I like a lot of things. So, this though, I love almond. I always have almond, amaretto, anything that just, there's something super comforting about almond to me. Always has been that way. This is a blend. I just put my hand down in my Candles from the Keeping Room tote and just whatever I grabbed, I used. That's how I selected Wildberry Mousse donuts, Wildberry Mousse biscuits, and that's how I selected almond pastries. This is one of the best scents I've warmed in vendor wax. And I've been warming now for 4 beautiful years. And I messaged the new vendor. And actually, I messaged Carol first. And this was several weeks ago. And I said, Carol, I need to know, was almond pastries your particular blend, or is it a single oil? Because it is one of the best scents I've smelled in my life. And she said that it's a single oil, but she added a little bit more stuff to it to make it her own. And then she told me that she actually sold her business, and in the next couple of weeks, she's going to be making an announcement sharing the new owner and vendor. So I knew that a couple of weeks before Carol shared it. But of course, you know, it's not my story to tell. I wouldn't tell anybody that anyways. And I thought, holy shit, I can potentially maybe get almond pastries again. And I would scream if I'm even able to get my hands on just one more bag of this, because this is beautiful. It lasts all day too. It is similar. This is a hard comparison because it's similar to almond croissant from Scentsy. However, it's got much more of an almond presence to it. It's got much more of a rich bakeryness to it, but it's got a smoothness and creaminess to it. Almond croissant is one of the only Scentsy scents I like, so that's why I'm talking about that. But if you like amaretto, if you truly love, if you like those, if you've ever been to a French pastry shop or a French bakery, the almond, I don't know exactly what they're called, but they're almond pastries, and they have those sliced almonds on the outside, and they usually have powdered sugar on them. That is what I envision that this is. And I've been doing some sleuth work in trying to figure out, you know, what oil this is, because I absolutely love it. And I would even go as far as, I mean, I've talked about trying to learn how to make wax on my own, just on my side, but I don't have the space right now, and I have a cat, and I don't want to get into that right now. But this, if I did that, this would be an oil that I would buy, and I would learn with, because I love it that much. So almond pastries. But like I said, almond pastries, this has much more of an almond presence to it than the almond croissant from Scentsy. But that's the only thing I can really think of to compare it to. But this is spectacular. I love anything almond, amaretto, any of that stuff. This next one here is another L3 custom of mine. Not really a custom, but I ordered more of this in customs because I love the hell out of this scent. This is strawberry pretzel and zucchini bread. This is a classic. It's been poured by every vendor. What more do I have to say? It's balanced beautifully. This is fresh picked strawberries, by the way, the strawberry in this. Strawberry, pretzel, zucchini bread, classics. If you like those types of oils, this shines. It throws beautifully. One of the best classic scents out there. Next, we have Blank Label wax melts. So Blank Label is a vendor owned by Desiree Ruiz from Arizona. I think she's from Oh, Scottsdale. It's on the bag. Thank you, bag. So this one here is called Easy Bake Coven. I haven't ordered from Blank Label in a while because I did make a couple of orders with her and I need to just use my wax. So she's a vendor that I've put on pause, kind of like I've put Rose Girls on pause for the most part and some other vendors. This is lightly spiced zucchini cake, coffee cake, and marshmallow icing. And Desiree had said that there's the slightest, babyest pinch of coffee in here, but I do not smell it all. Smell it at all. This is just a nice, creamy, little bit of spice zucchini bread. Not anything more than that. And to my nose, at least. I love this. Love zucchini bread. I've been going for a lot of comfort blends the last couple of months, and that's why I've got a lot of bakery. This is mostly bakery stuff. This is another container of cookies under the tree. I already talked about that. Okay, another cookies under the tree. I told you I love that scent. Okay, next we have sugar cookie donut zucchini bread. Now this one's a little bit confusing because we had tried to ask for clarification from Janelle on this one. What exactly is sugar cookie donut? Did this mean sugar cookie dough in zucchini bread, or is it sugar cookie, comma, donut, comma, zucchini bread? Because I don't know exactly what donut oil is. Is it glazed donut? Is it sugar donut? Is it powdered donut? I don't know. But when it all comes down to it, this is just basically sugar cookie dough and zucchini bread, which I'm not complaining about. It's a classic. It's a bakery blender. It's a complimentary scent you can have going with something else. I mean, this was good. I only had a little baby puppy pack of it because when I bought this at the time, that's the only size it was offered in, or I would have bought it in something else. If I do request blends from L3, which frankly I don't much anymore because I bought so much last year, I still have a few boxes downstairs that I haven't even opened yet. Yep, guilty of it. So next we have Charlie Brown Christmas Tree. I loved this scent. This is gorgeous. I loved this. Fraser fir, crisp apples, fallen snow, and flannel blankets. So this one here is it's got a little bit of pine and just a little bit of touch of apple. I don't necessarily know what fallen blankets is. Flannel blankets, or fallen snow is, but this was just a nice, crisp, clean pine scent. This was only a little gingerbread house, so it really wasn't a crazy large scent, size, I mean. I kept this downstairs on the first floor of my house where, you know, all the company meaning my husband and my mom that I had down for Christmas. But where we live most of the time. And where the tree is. So I would definitely buy this one again. Absolutely. That's a good scent to request again. Next we have, this is a Tam's custom. I don't think Tam is on here or she would have said hi. This is blackberry jam butter cookies, strawberry jam, and cupcakes at Tiffany's. This was a puppy pack, of course, and I have one more bag of these downstairs in my melting basket in my kitchen. But I bought this because of Tam, and Tam and I have a lot of similar likes with scent, especially bakery. This is really good. My nose picks up on the blackberry jam butter cookies and the strawberry jam. I don't get necessarily the cupcakes at Tiffany's outright. It's just there in the background for a little bit of a creamy note. The strawberry jam and the blackberry jam butter cookies are dominant, and it's a beautiful scent. I wish I had this. I think I bought this in a loaf, to tell you the truth. I might have not. I don't remember, honestly. But I have, if you like this scent, request it again because I know that Tam would buy it. It's one of her favorites. Okay, next we have another L3. This is Lavender Frost. This is another one of the Christmas time shapes, or the gingerbread shapes, I should say. I absolutely loved this one too. Oh, this was fresh and crisp and clean. This is lavender, Christmas trees, vanilla bean Noel, sugar cookie, and toasted mallow. So damn good. I love lavender and pine together, but I really like that she sweetened it up a little bit with the vanilla bean Noel and the sugar cookie. I mean, come on. I loved this. I only had one shape of this, and I wish I had more. I might request this one because, man, is that good. If you like lavender, and I'm still warming Christmas scents in my house. And when I say Christmas, I mean, um, of course, mint and pine and such, the winter scents. I mean, it's cold as hell outside. It might as well be Christmas time because where was this cold when we wanted it at Christmas time? That's my opinion. But lavender frost, just I like it. Okay, next, this is Super Tarts. Okay, Super Tarts. It's another vendor I don't talk very much about on my channel. Um, I use Brandy's wax very sparingly, because it's super hard to get, in my opinion. She's working on a pre-order right now that probably isn't going to ship until March, maybe. I don't even remember. It was her Wax Wednesday. So this particular bag is from Wax Wednesday 2022. This is Earthwise. Earthwise, also known as Middle Earth, her names in the past before she changed all her names. This is dirt, rosemary, and mint leaf. Come at me if you want for liking the dirt scents. Give them all to me. I love it. I love the earth. I feel very grounded and connected to our planet. If you've watched me when I talk about going golfing with my husband at a particular course, there's a hole where, um, if you know anything about golf, you can't take a golf cart onto the green. You've got to go on the cart path. But there's a hole that's coming down the back nine, and you have to walk down or walk up this big hill. And I lay up on the top of the hill, and I just lay down, and I connect my hands and my feet and my legs, and I just let the whole back of my body just feel the earth. And I grew up in the country. Those of you who follow me or are Facebook friends with me, when I spent 2 weeks back at my dad's house, like, I love the country. I grew up in the country. And I think that's why I have such a strong connection to our planet in that regard. I love all the earthy scents, the dirt scents, the rosemary. They don't scare me. Petrichor, none of those things. They don't scare me. I love them. It just solidifies that I'm a product of this universe. So this one here is unlike anything you've ever smelled before. And I have more of this too. It's not something that I don't have any more of in my collection. I'm very particular when I do use this, but I use this because it's getting old. 2022. Did it still perform well? Absolutely. Is it strong? Yes. It's super hard to describe it because rosemary has, if you cook, you know what rosemary smells like. It's herby, but it almost has a freshness to it. A little bit of mint in there too, and then you have your dirt. It doesn't smell like, petrichor smells like potting soil to me, or the earth after a really hard downpour. Crystal, if she's still in here, knows all about that from Kentucky when it rains in the summertime. In southwestern Pennsylvania, I grew up with all that stuff. I mean, I love that. And this just is something that speaks to me, this scent. So if you haven't tried Earthwise and you are able to, and you're interested, if these scents are something that you like, that are in your wheelhouse, or you're interested in, give it a try. And it's super unique. Okay, next I have Swanky. Swanky is owned by Jeannie Jeffrey from Washington. Silverdale, Washington, this says, but her shipping label comes Bremerton, Washington. I don't know. That's why I say both. This is Aphrodisiac. This is one of my favorite scents that Jeannie offers. This is described as Sexy Man Cinnamon Cologne. And the backstory with this is Jeannie and I have talked privately for a long time. She in my opinion, has some of the best perfumey and some of the best high-end fragrances, meaning high-end Tom Ford, Barreto, high-end perfumes that she offers in body care and perfumes and wax and such. So her and I have just bonded over fragrance. I mean, I've talked to so many of you guys, vendors, non-vendors, just love talking about fragrance. Oh, hi, Angela. Thanks for saying hi. Catch me when you can. She told me that aphrodisiac. So when I did Swanky Customs 3 months ago, and I'm coming up on my 3-month mark where I can sign up again for customs. So I had asked, I had asked Jeannie when I got this back in February of last year. And I had asked Jeannie when it was time for customs. I said, Jeannie, what was the scent that reminded you of your old boyfriend? Because she had told me that this scent, aphrodisiac, had reminded her of a boy or a guy in her past, and it was so incredibly sexy and just unlike anything she'd ever smelled before. And then when she came across this set of oils that reminded her of that, she called it aphrodisiac. So I asked her, Jeannie, what is the blend called that reminds you of your old boyfriend? And she told me aphrodisiac. And I said, oh, I don't see it on the customs list. But she said, let me see if I have the oils for it, and I'll make it for you. So, she doesn't do that for everybody. I just happened to ask her what it was, because I couldn't remember if it was on. She only has a particular menu for her customs that you can choose off of. And I couldn't remember the name of aphrodisiac. So that's when she told me. And then she said, you're in luck. I have some oils. I can pour it for you if you want it as part of your customs. So I'm very, very happy that she did so. The blend that I made with aphrodisiac, I called Silver Fox. And I personally don't remember what's in it right now, but it is so gorgeous. This is the original right here, aphrodisiac. This smells, it says cinnamon cologne, but it is not cinnamon. It's not cinnamon, bakery cinnamon, sweet cinnamon, spicy cinnamon. It's not her Russian tea. If you've had her Russian tea, which is her cinnamon mulled cider, it's not like that at all. This has smoothness, a confidence to it. It's sultry, it's sexy. It's an aphrodisiac. It's something that you can't put your finger on, but it's just something that's addictive smelling. That's what aphrodisiac is. This smells all day long too. It lasts all day long. It throws beautifully. I would say it's between a moderate to strong throw, but it lasts all day. I love this scent. This was a bakery bag. If you're new to Swanky, this is her bakery bag scents. She's got a pre-order right now that's going to be probably closing soon. This stuff, it is something. If you are a Swanky customer, Kayla, and you haven't tried this one, and it comes back again, give it a try. Even if it's in a souffle, it's just something. I love the blends you can't get anywhere else. I mean, you can pour strawberry pound cake, sugar cookie royale any day of the week. But these ones that just stand out from the pack, I gravitate to. And that's what keeps me coming back for more. I go to Swanky for my sugared roses and my bubble bath and my perfumes that I can't really get from other vendors. Jeannie excels at those beautifully, just like Muse. Muse is her lavender. I don't know if there's pink sugar in it, but it's one of her best lavender blends. Like Jeannie is very good at blending the sophisticated blends, in my opinion. So that's aphrodisiac. Next, we have K's. K is owned by Carla Meredith, and I believe she's from Missouri. This is Baby Magic. So we go from talking about sexy men to babies. This is the iconic soft powder baby wash scent. Now, Baby Magic. I do have baby baby lotion here in my house. Sometimes in the summer, I can't wear heavy creams on my skin, even though I do live in a desert. Sometimes it's too hot here and my skin suffocates. So I use baby lotion in the summertime for a little bit of moisture, but it's not overly heavy. This smells like the traditional old school pink bottle of Baby Magic. This is so comforting. I haven't purchased from K in a while, but I think the next order that I make, I'm going to buy some just plain Baby Magic, because this was so nice. It lasted all day long. In fact, when I changed my warmers out, I could still smell it. This lingers very, 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 very heavily, but I like it. I like Baby Magic. Baby Magic can be blended with a lot of things too. Baby Magic and lavender, Baby Magic and roses, Baby Magic and pink sugar. There's so many different um, creations you can make with that. I like that, and I had to talk about it for a second. Okay, next we have Leatherface. Leatherface, I finished this up today, actually. This is that Smell Good shop. That Smell Good shop is from Florida, and I think the last that I saw, I haven't seen Facebook is being an SOB right now, because I do not get a lot of updates from any of my groups. I get stupid posts from a week ago and new pages to follow that I have no interest in. Like, I don't want to see news from the middle of Nebraska. Like, I don't live in Nebraska. Why are you recommending me stuff from there? Facebook's algorithm is nuts. And I don't see updates from Teddy Bees. I don't see updates from any vendor. My mom's calling me, so I hit decline. Sorry. I don't. If you had to go in and change your notifications again, I don't see much of anything. The funny thing is I see people posting in groups from time to time, but I don't see any specific vendors when they post in their group. I don't see any of that stuff. Like Tiffany from Teddy Bees. She's been sick the last couple of days. I haven't seen one of her posts pop up in my feed. I know that her pre-order's on the 31st. So I have been looking in Teddy B's group, seeing, has she made a post yet? I know she's been sick. She's had to delay the list a few days, but I have to go and I search for that stuff. So it's just, I don't like that, because Swanky has a pre-order right now. I didn't know that, I don't know if I'm going to order or not, but I didn't see that. Yep, there's something is goofy, and it's been goofy for months, because I don't see Teddy Bees. I don't see any vendor. I see L3 and I see Dessa, but I'm also moderators for those two groups. So I don't know what Facebook's problem is, but it sucks. The notifications have not necessarily notifications. That's another story. But the feed is nuts right now. It really is. Like, I either see crap I don't want or stuff that's old. Like, I'm active in a lot of wax groups. You guys know I am. I comment, I like, I heart, all those things. I should be able to see the groups that I'm active in. Fine and dandy. I mean, we all like groups on Facebook that we don't participate in every single one of them. I'm in a coffee group. I'm in an iced coffee recipe group. I haven't seen anything from that group in a long time, of course. It boggles my mind. So I haven't seen anything, back to what I was talking about, I haven't seen anything from Wendy in a long time. The last that I saw is when the hurricane whipped through and her store got flooded. I haven't seen anything since then. Maybe she isn't even in business anymore. Maybe she's closed for a little bit. I don't know. But Leatherface. Leatherface is a fantastic bakery blend. This is so comforting. I've had this blend before. I've only ordered a few times from Smell Good Shop, but her wax is classic. It's strong. It has a great consistency. It lasts a long time. These are her little bags where they're little single cubes. This is a pack of 6. Zucchini bread, caramel, vanilla, and butter cookie. My friend Tam says, she just told me, I was telling her about this today, about how I haven't warmed this blend in such a long time, and it's so damn good. And she said this reminds her of Fake and Bake from um, uh, Super Tart's cousin or little sister. So if you like Fake and Bake, give Leatherface a try. This is really good. If that Smell Good shop is still a thing. So Facebook needs to get it together, because I'm tired of seeing junk I don't want. Or and then last year I had a problem where I was getting removed from groups I was in, or I'm following. Now I'm seeing that people they're following pages that they don't remember following, or they don't want to follow. Something goofy's happening out there. Something goofy's happening. I want to tell my husband to look into it, because he's all into cybersecurity and all into that stuff. He see, I have very minimal social media stuff. I have 2 Instagram handles, but I'm rarely on Instagram. So if you guys send me stuff on Instagram, I hardly see it, because I'm not on Instagram very much. I do Facebook and I do YouTube. I don't do Twitter. I don't do Snapchat. I don't do any of those things. I don't even do Pinterest. I, I, you know, that's less noise. That's less detrimental mental health. I don't need to see any of that stuff, in my opinion. So, Facebook is the only thing I really pay attention to. So next, we have twisted peppermint, roasted pine cones, and zucchini bread. So this one here, I really like. I love twisted peppermint. I have twisted peppermint downstairs in my kitchen right now in my candle crock. It's performing like crazy. I love it. I love twisted peppermint. It's the peppermint that I think people forget about, because they think, oh, it's body care peppermint. Not really. You can sex it up a little bit. You can make it bath. You can make it relaxing. You can make it bakery, in my opinion. So this particular blend, I've had twisted peppermint, and twisted peppermint is really good. I love it. I've had twisted peppermint and zucchini bread before. Now, this one has pine cones in it, which a little bit of pine cone never hurt anybody. So this was a nice blend. I don't particularly remember a lot about this blend, because it had only a handful of shapes in it, but I remember it being predominantly twisted peppermint with a little bit of bakery to it. I don't really remember how heavy the pine cone aspect of it was, but I would get this again, because I love twisted peppermint. It's not used very much. I have one more wallflower in here that ran away from the pack the other day. This is Frozen Lake. This is one that's been around for a long time. This is lavender leaves, cool eucalyptus, and juniper berry. This is a blend that's been around for a long time, like I said. I like this. Poor performer, though. Poor performer. You wouldn't think it is, because it's a strong blend, but not in wallflower form. Okay, this one is strawberry pound cake, Bath and Body Works type, toasted coconut, fresh picked strawberries, and coconut cream pie. This one here is a blend that Tam and I were trying to dupe the Ozzy Posborn's coconut cream pie of Second and Spruce. So, Tam requested the strawberry pound cake Bath and Body Works version to be used in one, and I requested the house blend strawberry pound cake L3 in the other one. There's 2 oils. Back in the day, when strawberry pound cake came onto the scene, and the candle just blew up overnight and you couldn't get your hands on one, Jennifer sent the candle away to be duped for her. And the oil that she used in her strawberry pound cake was a house custom-made oil. And to my nose, it has a little bit of a heavier cake presence than the BBW dupe does. Strawberry pound cake is not my favorite oil by itself. I like it in blends. This particular blend here is fantastic. This was Tam's custom, actually. This is just an extra of it. This was so good. It performs beautifully. Coconut and strawberry, are fantastic together. You have a little bit of that strawberry pound cake and a little bit of toasted coconut in there. It is so good. I love toasted coconut. This was a great blend. Nice and bakery. Okay, let's do my scoops and this video is done. Okay, I have 8 scoops in here. I thought I had 9, but I have 8. This first one is sweet lavender, vanilla ice cream, and zucchini bread. If you have never tried lavender and zucchini bread and you like those 2 notes, please try them together. I love lavender. I could melt lavender every day the rest of my life and I would be happy. And I could do the same with zucchini bread. Yep, I know you're there, Tam. Hi, I know you like this scent. Lavender and zucchini bread together is perfect. If you've never tried Dreamweaver, it's not zucchini bread, but it's bread. Bread and zucchini. They're just, excuse me, bread and lavender. They're just good friends. This is a phenomenal performer. Love this one. It's so good. That little bit of extra vanilla ice cream gives a little bit of just creaminess to it. And if I'm not mistaken, Tam, you're warming something similar to this. If you're not warming this right now, actually. I think I remember I saw your post earlier today. I think you are. I could be wrong. Something. I think I hearted it or something. I don't remember. This next one is pumpkin pecan waffles and cookies with the Clauses. Now, Cookies with the Clauses is Santa's on keto, Mrs. Claus's cookies, and sugar milk. Oh, yes, lavender, zucchini bread, wildberry mousse. Close enough. I love me wildberry mousse, too. I talked about that a little earlier. Now, this blend here is rich and heavy and luscious and creamy and delicious and scrumptious and fattening. Santa's on keto is a blend in itself. It has sugared shortbread in it, a little bit of pretzel, and a couple of other things. The Mrs. Claus's cookies is super similar to Vanilla Bean Noel, in my opinion. And sugar milk is just there for a little bit of creaminess. I have about 10 scoops of this and several loaves. This is a great one. It's a great blender. It stands alone. You can blend the hell out of it with anything else. It's a classic. Man, does that smell good. It's heavy, it's rich, it's fattening, it's not keto friendly. It's Santa's on keto. This next one is Tam's, one of her favorite scents, and I bought this with her in mind and because of her. Can you guess what it is? There's several, I know. This one, Pink Chiffon Toasted Mallow Sugar Cookie Royale. I was going to pull my second scoop of this out. I have several, but I was going to pull a second one out of this for my melting tote. But I pulled out, what did I put over in there? I don't remember. Whenever I use a scoop, I try to replace it with another scoop because I'm trying to use my scoops, guys. I know you're obsessed with this. If you have not tried this blend together, Pink Chiffon, it's beautiful blended with bakery. What would make this even more beautiful is add a little bit of lavender in there to it. I think that would be beautiful, or blueberry or something. This has it's sugar cookie royale heavy, but it's got that little bit of beautiful femininity to it with the pink chiffon. It's got a little bit of marshmallow in it. This is so good. I blew through this scoop in a few days. I love this. That's the thing with scoops, is they burn really strong and hit your nose really quickly, and they tend to peter out a little faster than the harder wax does. But I love that punch you in the nose scent. And don't get me wrong, I love a scent I can leave in for 6 or 7 hours, but sometimes I want to change my wax every 4 to 5 hours. That's just me. This one, I love scoops. That's my preferred form of scoops anymore. This one, if you haven't tried it, Tamika has endorsed it, and so have I. That's a great scent. Next, we have strawberry pound cake, pumpkin pecan waffles, and sugar cookie royale. This is another one that's heavy bakery. Another one that is scrumptious and fattening, a fantastic blender, stands alone. This one, I don't have a second one up in my melting basket. I have a big basket now, guys. I've graduated from a tote to a basket. I've got a damn basket with my wax in it. The one I replaced was fresh picked strawberries, angel food cake, and sugar cookie royale. That's what I have up there now that I replaced after I finished this one up. This one is so good. It's got a nice creaminess to it from that sugar cookie royale, the pumpkin pecan waffles, and that strawberry is in there. So good. So good. Okay, next we have Cafe Cubano spiced oat milk, pumpkin pecan waffles, and toasted marshmallow. I particularly love this because you guys know how much I love coffee, but Cafe Cubano and spiced oat milk is a lighter, creamier coffee. It's not screaming in your face, aggressive, skunky, bitter, strong coffee. It's a more gentle version of a coffee, but it really gets creamy with the PPW and the marshmallow. I love this scent too. And it's a lot of these, if you notice, the theme is they are complementary to other things that you could have going at the same time. It's not going to offend any noses or compete with other blends that you have going, at least in my opinion. Next, we have just plain Mrs. Claus's cookies zucchini bread. This is a straight comfort scent for me. This basically smells like zucchini bread with a little bit of creaminess to it with Mrs. Claus's cookies. Another one. I told you I went for comfort a lot of times the last couple of months. Next one, this one. Oh, I love this scent. I have about 10 of these too. This is apple pumpkin strudel, zucchini bread, and glazed donuts. I love this one. I discovered this blend last year in the summertime, I think, and I couldn't get enough of it. I requested it in absolutely every form I could get my hands on, and I bought a ton of this, but I love it. It has just a beautiful little creamy apple to it, and donuts, and zucchini bread. Oh, so good. I love it. It's got a little bit of spice profile to it. I love it. And finally, one of my favorite strawberry scents of all time is strawberry kolaches. Kolaches is a single oil, but it is so heavy bakery damn good. And the strawberry in here is fresh picked strawberries. This is described as sweet strawberry glaze, flaky pastry, buttery pastries. This one is phenomenal. I actually have this in a loaf that I'm going to be chopping up in my next Chop and Chat. If you like strawberry bakery and heavy strawberry bakery at that, do yourself a favor and try strawberry kolaches. If it's too heavy for you, cut it with a little bit of sugar cookie royale or something creamy like a marshmallow or a vanilla ice cream. But I love heavy bakery. This one's for you if that's up your alley. So, I don't have anything else here. I'm all done. I got my empties up to speed. Yay! I'm all cleaned up now. The candles went out in the garbage today. I'm all cleaned up. So I'm going to try to do... I let my empties build up for a couple of weeks before I do another video. So I will do another video, like I said, when I get enough build up. And thanks for watching, guys. And if you're on the replay, I hope some of these scents here you either have in your collection or it's helped you think about, oh, I want to try that blend or get creative on your side. So thanks, everyone. Have a rest of a beautiful week ahead and stay warm. It's freezing everywhere, it seems like. So I'll see you later. Talk to you soon.